In this video, we're going to go through some of the new DME effects available in the MLS-X1. So I'm going to set up a little demo now on ME2, and I'm going to turn a key on, and I'm going to turn on the DME function of that key with the key control area. So now if I bring my trackball over to DME channel 1, I've got normal resize controls. So you can see that that is our DME key, and I can switch the source via the key bus. So we're going to work with our snowboarder clip for now. And I'm going to come over to the menu and go to the DME section. So first of all, we have full 3D transform controls in a traditional layout if you've used previous Sony switchers, but this is our sort of 3D resizer options. It does also include Z rotation, which is really useful if you need to rotate images on a key. I'm going to reset that. I can use the clear work buffer button with a double tap to clear out all DME parameters and start again. So that's what I've just done there. Let's take a look at some of the more creative effects that we can use through these menus. We have edge effects, which give you borders and cropping options. We have video modify options that might give you defocuses or mosaics. We're also going to talk about some of the new stuff, such as sketch effects. So I can turn on a sketch effect. And using my key control module in menu mode now, I've got hardware encoders for all of these parameters, and you can see I can start to enhance the effect on screen, playing with the clip and gain commands to create the sort of effect we're looking for, like that. Or I could turn that off and go to more of a relief effect for something slightly more stylized. And as I pull the gain in and out there, you'll start to see that relief come through like that. I can even use the sketch option in DME as a sharpening tool if my clip requires a little bit more sharpening on output, just like that. You can see some sharpening happening around the snow effect just there. I can turn that back off just like that. The blue bar underneath indicates that the effect is active. Glow is a new effect that's also very popular with lots of our users. Glow allows you to add a little bit of a sort of halo, well, glowing effect around highlights. If I turn that up now, have a little play with it, you can see that we're starting to get a nice halo-y, glowy effect around the highlights in the image, particularly with the sun and the snow there. And again, I can dial that in on the key control module and get that looking just as I want it to, just like that. We've also got some color modification effects we can play with. Something like posterization or solarization is really good fun, so we can posterize like that. Or we can change the solar parameter in the same page and start modifying the colors of our source signal just like that as well to create some creative effects. The other really useful feature of DMEs and a much improved menu feature is the corner pinning function under 3D Transform. So if I go into the corner pinning menu, you see we get a nice graphical representation of the four corners of the signal. If you take a look at output, as I drag the top left corner, you'll see that it moves in, once I've turned on corner pinning, you'll see it moves in real time as I drag around on the menu. It's a really nice responsive menu, and it really helps just to visualize what you're doing both on program and within the menu. So I'm going to change the background now to a clip with some virtual set in it, and I'm going to use the corner pinning menu to start placing my image as if it's floating in that set in a slightly more realistic way than we could otherwise do. So bringing those corners in, you can see that I'm manipulating the image live, and I'm just lining it up with some straight edges. There's a really helpful grid in the menu, which I hope you get those edges nice and straight. And you can see that by quickly playing with the corner pinning function there, I'm able to give it a nice sort of perspective look that we could pop our talent next to. And I'm still can easily switch around that clip within the key bus just like that. And that's a really quick way of setting up a corner pinning type effect that we might use in our productions. All of these effects and their parameters can be saved within a DME snapshot for easy recall once you're into your production. So that's a quick look at some of the effects we can make with the DME system on the Sony MLS-X1.